My first experience with the Academy was a one-day workshop, and I made such a profound shift in that one day that I knew I would work with her. Working with Emily this week has been profound and amazing, and the way she presents it, if you listen, you get it.
Welcome everyone to the October 8th episode of Akashic Answers with Emily. The records are now open. I am so delighted to see many of you here already. This is a super special episode, guys. Say hello to me once you get here, like Regina. What's up, Regina? Very special episode today because we are not only going to be experiencing the Akashic records together. I got lots of notes today, y'all. I got show notes. I've got channeled notes from the Akashic records, which I don't share often here. I'm excited to open that vault and share with you all today. We're going to be talking about Three-Eye Atlas. Who knows about it? Who's fired up about it like I am? We're going to talk all about that today. Hi, Sherry. So happy that you're here. You're going to experience, if you stay till the end of the show today, you will experience an encounter, a sacred encounter with not only your Akashic records, also Three-Eye Atlas. If you choose, I'm going to share with you why I'm so excited about this opportunity. And you can decide if you are excited too. It's going to be a very special show. Normally, in the hour that we jam together here on Wednesdays inside this sacred classroom, I invite you all to ask questions. If you have questions, our goal is to get them answered here today. Light up the chat box with questions. Although, like I said, I have a very special episode for y'all today. Three-Eye Atlas is super cool. The Akashic records give us an awesome opportunity to connect with this stream of consciousness, and I'm excited to bring through an inspired download channeled opportunity to share with y'all today. So that's what we're going to do. All right. Thank you all so much for being here. Take a moment, send some love, likes, hearts across the screen. Let's create a coherent field as we are all here together. All right. So like I said, we're going to jam here for about the next hour. I got lots of notes. I want to make sure that I bring through enough teaching that if you are new to the Akashic records, welcome, by the way. Oh, I got excited and I dropped my glasses. Hang on. I'm going to need those for all these notes. My goal today is to bring you enough wisdom and insight that reminds you of intelligence that's already inside of you so you can play within your Akashic records today, whether you are a beginner, whether you are advanced in your consciousness. Today is going to be a really fun day. So thank you for being here. Thank you for following your intuition, your higher self into this space. Just setting an intention now that as excited as my human is, because if y'all follow along, you know I love to teach. I love to break down the cosmic cheese into bite-sized pieces and invite y'all to play along. And today is a very exciting day. So I'm just going to take a breath, get myself grounded. Yeah, and again, thank you all for being here. You all make the show. It is our collective consciousness that is coming forward to illuminate wisdom and guidance and soul direction for us in this space so that we may know ourselves better, so that we may free ourselves, so that we may step into our potential. I should light some sage or something while I'm calling the invocation. Can I get some amens up in the house? All right. Let's set some sacred energy here together today, and I'll put my glasses on and we'll dive in. All right. I also want to encourage you guys in terms of questions. If you have questions about anything that we're talking about today, you have questions about Three-Eye Atlas, go ahead and light up the chat box. Okay, Lisa Gardner in the house. Yeah, I've been lit up about this for several days now. I thought about making some pre-videos to bring y'all in on these secrets that are coming into my field, and I decided to be patient and wait. Right now, there is a huge hawk out on my back porch. What's up, Renee? I see you. Out there having a snack. He found something in the mountains and he's out there holding space, guarding, calling in energy, frequency here for us. All right. Yeah. Shelly's wrote elements. I am happy that you are here too. All right, kids, let's rock and roll. All right, so let me introduce myself really quickly. For those of you guys who don't know me, and I love you to introduce yourself here as well. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm coming to you right now from the High Sierras in Reno, Nevada, channeling in some powerful Kundalini energy of the planet. It surfaces here in Reno on the Truckee River, which is super cool. So the Kundalini energy of the planet, this is the divine feminine energy of Mother Earth. Just like we have that energy within us, Mother Earth has that energy within her too. And this is the divine feminine, your creativity, whether you're masculine or feminine or neutral or both or more. We're discovering so much about ourselves right now as our DNA illuminates, right? But we all, when we show up in human form, we all have the duality of gender, masculine and feminine. And your divine feminine energy, also called your Kundalini, it's got a lot of different names to it. All right, maybe you've heard Shakti and Shiva, masculine, feminine. Kundalini. Someone got to help me with the opposite of Kundalini out there. All right, but your Kundalini energy is your divine feminine. This is what's going to wake up your intuition, your superpowers. It's going to illuminate your DNA. Oh, it's Wes. Right on. Wes is here. Your divine feminine energy, that serpent energy within, as it rises, as your energy, your frequency rises, you get happier, you clear your shit, you stay peaceful longer, you have access to more and more of this Kundalini energy, and it's rising right now. And what it's doing is it's giving us access to our intuition, our psychic skills, our unique superpowers and identities are all coming online right now. And all of the wisdom, it's all within you. It illuminates from within you. All right. So if this is the first time we are meeting, I'm Emily Harrison. I'm the founder director here inside the Akashic Academy. For the past 10 plus years, I've been working with visionaries and thought leaders, difference makers across the planet, inspiring them to remember this technology, the Akashic records. It's wired within each one of us. The Akashic records are the realm of consciousness that hold all information, past, present, all possible futures, and is recorded from a neutral perspective. Neutral means unconditional love and zero judgment. This is the same realm. I have a lamp over here that I keep knocking. I can't quite move it far enough out of the way to stop knocking it because I talk a lot with my hands. Because I usually have a lamp back there, but I put the flowers back there. You guys like the fall flowers? Send some love, likes, hearts across the screen. If you're feeling my roses have the highest vibrational frequency of all the flowers. Although I love all the flowers. Little something about me that not everybody knows. I have another expression of Emily who is working on Venus and creating the technology of flowers here on the planet. Working with my dear friend Paula Venus. If y'all have ever been to Shasta, he and I have a life where we're figuring out some missions there on Venus. Okay, I digress. Back to where I came from in this lifetime, though, and I share this. We're going to go high level overview here because there will be something in my story today as I share with you that you can see yourself in that will illuminate in your field. Maybe not all of it, but some of it. Renee likes how I did my eye makeup. Yeah, I got my charcoal Egyptian. Potentially ode to Isha. We'll talk about Isha a little more later. Isha, my girl's inspiring me. Okay, we're starting to resonate in coherence. Isha's got a lot of intel through her own divine perspective and very quantum and smart brain, y'all, about how to connect with 3i Atlas. So if you're into it, I'm going to give you some more resources today. It's going to be a fun day. All right. So the reason that I'm going to tell you my story is so you can begin to see yourself somewhere. Something about you gets to get illuminated today. So I'm from a really small town in Missouri, you guys. About 3,000 people. Grew up right on the Mississippi River. I was immersed in religion in the Southern Baptist Church. My mama was a Sunday school teacher. And I'm a Gemini. I'm very rebellious. I am definitely somewhat irreverent. So don't let me fool you. Yeah, even though I was definitely immersed in that church life, I was also sneaky. I'm known in my small town for the time I snuck out of my house. Just saying, y'all. It was an epic unfolding. We're not going to say any more about that. we'll jump to the time I pulled the plug on college. I went to college for 2 years, University of Missouri. I had this download. I didn't know it was a download at the time, but I had a download that inspired me to do what I really wanted to do in life. And when I checked in with my 19-year-old self in that moment, the answer was go to Hollywood. And that sounded amazing to me. So that's what I did. I pulled the plug on life in Missouri. I moved to Los Angeles. I started studying acting. I realized I was terrible and I needed to study not only the craft of acting, but also how to hone my own subtle energy body. I found that meditation, Tai Chi, Qigong, those kind of things really helped me to settle into myself and my potential. I started getting more acting jobs. So the more acting jobs I would get, the more I would meditate. And I loved studying everything, like anything quantum I could get my hands on, I was a sponge for. And the cool thing was, as I was following certain podcasts and I was learning things and reading books, I would always hear this voice in the back of my head, you could do this too. You can do this too. And then one day I did. Those of you who know my story about Bob, not Bob, which is code for my friend's father who had passed. I just, by being me and being present, stumbled into an opportunity to help a friend who had a physical injury. Although through the process of literally just winging it, I had no idea what I was doing. What I know now that I didn't know then was I was tapping into the Akashic record. So not only was I being guided by unseen guidance in terms of how to facilitate the energy medicine, in the space of our Akashic records, we can also connect with our loved ones who have passed. So in the space of the Akashic records, not only can you access all information forward and backward through time, okay, we each have our own individual Akashic record that carries a journey of our soul forward and backward through time that you can learn to tap into and read. And it's fascinating when you do. You can also read the records of anything public, like anything of public domain. So our planet. When I first learned to read the records, the first thing I did was ask about the pyramids. Okay. This was probably 15 years ago or so now. And I didn't hear a lot of information at that point in time about the harnessing the power of sound and being able to defy gravity, levitate, move energy. But that's what I heard. And there's a lot of cool intelligence that have come forward in the past decade about that. So the records can be used to tap into entities like the pyramids, or as we are going to do today, 3i Atlas. If you're excited, send some love like hearts across the screen. Okay. Let me check in with my notes here. Yes. So once I had this crazy experience where ultimately I recognized, okay, I'm tapping into this field of infinite intelligence where I can be led by unseen guidance. I got to figure out what this means and how I can help other people do this. So I found a teacher in the Akashic records. I remembered, I'll say, how to read the Akashic records myself. It was like incredible soul revelation and knowledge. Like everything in my life started to make sense once I asked the right questions and read through the perspective of my records. It was awesome. And I decided I got to teach other people how to do this too. All right. So that's how I came to teaching people how to read the Akashic records, which is what I really feel like is my zone of genius in this lifetime. I'm also super into extraterrestrial stuff and things happening. All right. So let me see. Here's what I want you to know about the Akashic records, because we're going to use them today. And then I'm going to shift into talking about 3i Atlas for a bit. Then Armstrong from the Bible Belt as well. Are you guys loving this? Let me know. And Annette Berlin says, I seem to be scared about my light body. Good. Hold that. I'm glad that you are sitting on the edge of that today. I'm not scared of my light body, but I got some other shit in my life I'm finding I'm scared of, Annette. So we'll blast through some of those challenges here today. Gosh darn it, this lamp. Here, the problem is it's plugged in back here. Okay. Okay. We're better. Quiet on the set, please. quiet on the freaking set. And to concentrate. All right. In the space of the Akashic Records, okay? Lynn finds it fascinating. I love it. In the space of the Akashic Records, not only do we have access to all of our own soul intelligence, although I do want to mention that it works like this. Even though the whole library opens up for you, there are strategic ways that you want to learn how to use the Akashic Records to learn at mastery. Okay, and I also want to inspire you all that I'm going to give you the tools today. We're going to go into the Akashic Records. You can learn to hold this frequency at mastery and hold it at all times. And that's really, truly the space that we want to get to, because we don't always have time to take a time out and ohm our way in, which is what we're going to do today. Okay. We are going to officially go in today. And when we tap into this frequency of the Akashic Records, you're going to be in the frequency of unconditional love and zero judgment. Our goal is to become a match to that frequency. That's how you actually open the records, is you become a vibrational match. Okay, I have a system, a structure, a method that I'm going to take you through so that you can get in. The goal is to learn to hold that vibrational frequency at all times. Okay, I'm not even there yet, and I've been doing this for a while. And I also have to say that once I had my incredible experience, like back in Hollywood, after 20 years of meditation, and I decided I wanted to hang a sign on my door, I also recognized, what if people don't have 20 years? Like, how can we shortcut this and make this accelerated while yet effective? And then the Akashic Records began to reveal themselves more as the way. Okay. So this is not designed to take you 20 years to get to the advanced level. We're going to do some very advanced practice here today. So in the space of the Akashic Records, not only are you going to encounter your soul's innate intelligence, unconditional love and zero judgment, in the space of the Akashic Records, we encounter masters, teachers, loved ones, and guides. Masters include the ascended masters, like archangels, like Kuan Yin, like Yeshua, for example. Okay. Teachers are light beings that are lesson specific. They come and go based on whatever it is that we are learning. Our loved ones who have crossed, we also have access to our ancestors through this space, and our guides, your spirit guides that are with you from your very first breath till your last breath. You have access to all of this intelligence. Okay. Here's the caveat. Once we're in the space of the Akashic Records, the records work by what's known as invitation only, which means we have to invite forward the intelligence that we want. You have to ask questions, and then you have to allow yourself to receive the knowledge. Okay? We're going to practice today. Don't worry if you think you're bad at it. I promise you, you're going to be better than you think. I will break it down and give you tools to get you better wherever you at. Okay? Okay. The way that I take people into the Akashic Records, this methodology that I'm talking about, has to do with some important components. One of the most important, and we're going to talk about that more today, is the crystalline tube of light. This is a piece of ancient technology that helps us to tap into intelligence and helps prepare our bodies to receive it. Okay? I'll tell you more about that. And I'll share with you, this was one of the biggest shifts. When I learned how to read the records, I learned through the method of Linda Howe, the pathway prayer. Not the same lady as Linda Moulton Howe, by the way. And after I went through that process and graduated from my training and asked my records, okay, what does it look like? What next? I knew that I was here to teach. And I also knew that I needed my own way to go into the Akashic Records, because honestly, just to be really honest with you, I could have gone the path of going through the certification to become a teacher in Linda's lineage. And no, honestly, I felt, nope, I'm a rebel. I got that. There's a way that my guides want me to do this. And so I just sat down childlike and asked my guides, okay, if I'm not going to do it Linda's way, and Linda's way is awesome, by the way, the pathway prayer is amazing. You can find it online, get her books, take her classes if you're already in them, if you're drawn to them. I loved my experience. I learned so much. And I also knew that there would be a different way for me to take people into the Akashic records. Like I said, there are many ways. And when I sat down in that childlike state of awe and wonderment and just opened my imagination, I did what we're going to do later with the crystal and tube of light. And so what happens is when you go through this meditation, this process that I take you through, not only are you going to activate the crystalline tube of light, we're going to move our energy in very specific ways that opens our vibrational frequency to unconditional love and zero judgment. So you will naturally, as a byproduct, receive healing for anything in your life that feels unhealed or in a state of dis-ease, in a state of confusion. All of that, if you allow it today, just by participating, will come into clarity for you. I can't promise you how long it uploads or how long it will take to upload into your system or you to unpack it after we download it today. That depends on how good your skills are, how dedicated you are to the process. Although everybody's going to get what your soul is asking to receive today. Okay. Ooh, I feel the buzzing. So good. All right. Let me come back into my notes. I think it's time to talk about 3i Atlas. Anything else I want to talk about the records? You guys have any questions about how the records work? Let me know, because I'm going to move on to talk about 3i Atlas now and ask questions about that too. Okay. All right. 3i Atlas. 3i stands for the third. I stands for interstellar, the third interstellar object that we have ever detected in our solar system. What is an interstellar object? It means it originated outside of our solar system and it is here as a visitor. Okay. This thing is huge, by the way, and I am absolutely fascinated with it. If you're fascinated with it too, let me know in the comments. I haven't talked publicly about it yet, though. I'm excited to today. All right, so y'all know I love the aliens, right? You all know I love extraterrestrials. I'm into it. I've had lots of sightings myself. Super into our galactic lineage and our starseed families. All right. So this interstellar object, 3i Atlas number 3. If you're curious about what the first interstellar object is, it was called Oumuamua. Oumuamua. That's better. Oumuamua. And the second interstellar object was 2i Borisov, and it was known as a comet. Okay. And there are also some scientists are still calling 3i Atlas a comet because that's the closest name we have for it. Although there are enough statistical anomalies as they're measuring aspects of this amazing technology that lie outside the range of chance or possibility of intelligent life. Okay. They're measuring things like the color. Okay. So the color, the green specifically, and sometimes blue-green that's coming off of this indicates a composition inside of this comet, not a comet, that is completely uncharacteristic of comets. Okay? The speed at which this thing is moving, completely uncharacteristic of any comet we have ever seen before. The pulsating nature, the behavior of this thing, again, we haven't seen it before. The trajectory of this thing makes no sense according to any scientific laws that we know or understand or anything else that's being observed in the universe. And the clean in the house. I love it. Okay. Oops. Got excited. Scientists have actually said that there's a non-zero probability that this is intelligent life. Okay. So I want to share with you, I'm going to pop up my first, well, actually, I'm going to keep monologuing here for a second. I do have some resources to share with you all, not only other woo-woo perspectives on what this is, also some scientific perspectives. Okay. All right, but let's just talk about what the heck is a non-zero probability. As soon as I heard a scientist say that, I was like, what does that mean? All right, so here's what a non-zero probability is. It means that the probability is somewhere between 0 and 1. It's not 0, and it's somewhere between 0 and 1. Okay, we know the binary system of zeros and ones, the polarity, how we can extrapolate data from that as well. So the 0 would represent the no, whereas the 1 would represent the yes in terms of finding probability between a no and a yes. Okay, so a non-zero probability means it's not no, and it might be a yes. Does that make sense? Okay, this is what scientists are now saying about it. Y'all, I'm full woo, as you know, and the connections that I've had with 3i Atlas, get the chills through my body, make me super excited. All right, so what I have been able to tap into with 3i Atlas is that this is a mission that originated in the Lyra star system shortly after the Lyran conflict. And the Lyran conflict was an infiltration of reptilian and negative polar egotistical forces, we'll say, in the star system Lyra and Vega. And they were the coolest cats going, y'all. And as part of the evolutionary process, okay, as part of the evolutionary process, because we learn through polarity, this infiltration happened, it was allowed, and we needed to find an answer to it pretty quickly. So councils began to come together throughout all the different star systems. And the best aspects of the DNA from the Lyran constellation, from the Orion constellation, from the Sirian constellation, the Arcturian constellation, the Pleiadians, from Alpha Centauri. There are a lot of different star systems that play a part and have unique energy signatures that were brought together to be illuminated in what would evolve over eons, even through the Orion conflict. We would continue to learn through conflict until we got to this now moment, in this now space and time, where our DNA becomes illuminated and the power, the masters of peace. Thank you, Dr. Samuel Lee. Bridge conference, plugs coming on that one. I love the people I get to hang out with, y'all. I'm super excited to meet Dr. Samuel Lee. But he was the first person that I heard talk about, and it lit up something within me about this beautiful experiment of humanity that we are participating. Oh, it makes me emotional. That, yeah, we got some other love for Dr. Sam in the house. Peptides, Christed consciousness, bringing it in, holding down the stargates. I've been doing my work. Okay. Oops. All right, let me tap back into my body as I begin to, commingle with my other star seeds, the other Jedis who are here doing this work. I get really fired up. All right, so comes from the Lyran stars, the Lyran conflict. We've been evolving over all of these lifetimes so that we can be here in the now moment, waking up, remembering the truth of who we are, our DNA illuminating and us coming together to create the new earth here. And there will be a lot of revelation, a lot of old constructs that are breaking down in this time. And mistruths are one of them. We are seeing, if you're here in America, we're seeing government crumble, but I want to invite y'all that don't get wrapped up in what you're seeing happening on the outside. Remember, as above, so below, as within, so without. Our work is in here. Our goal is to lay down the weapons within ourselves and learn radical self-love and acceptance and collaboration, okay? I'm getting emotional because it's time. and I know it's time. My body knows it's time. Okay, so back to the 3i Atlas that is coming in. Yes, so there are actually a lot of prophecies. If you study Sumerian tablets, Anunnaki, scrolls, other ancient, I think there's some ancient Egyptian carvings as well that are proving to be, as scientists and archaeologists, and especially the quantum ones are studying it, we're finding that there are not only artifacts here on the planet that reveal our connection to the star systems and prophesy the coming, but also alien artifacts, okay, that are coming, that are landing here and being decoded by the incredible minds that are decoding them, that are all pointing to this being an opportunity to expand consciousness here on the planet. Okay, so plasma is one of the main ways that this ship is operating in terms of its mission from what we're seeing. Right now, 3i Atlas is, the sun is right out there. It is being hidden by the illumination, and is called the umbra of the sun. I did not look that one up. But in the glare of the sun right now is where 3i Atlas is. So up until a handful of days ago, we have been tracking 3i Atlas with telescopes here on the planet. Now, when I say we, I definitely mean the we. This is mostly coming from amateur astronomers, because scientists, NASA is keeping their mouths shut right now. The government shutdown. Well, NASA was keeping their mouth shut before the government shut down. Interesting and convenient, eh? That's the reason now that we're not getting information from NASA. But there are enough other probes and amateur eyes and other ways of tapping into intelligence, like we're going to do here today, that are tracking our connection with 3i Atlas. Okay, but it recently made its closest approach to Mars. The information that I'm getting is that there is awesome cooperation, benevolence, cool missions happening, including terraforming of Mars. Like I talked about some of the other conflicts that our souls have been through, like the Orion conflict. Y'all, we effed it up bad on Mars. Bad. Like nuclear holocaust bad. Some of you might be feeling an emotion or a connection. I might remember. I feeling emotion come up. When I was a kid, I saw the movie Night of the Comet. Oh, just like total flashbacks and dreams for a week of what happened on Mars. My body remembers. Okay. Any questions about 3i Atlas? Any more questions? As I've tapped in again to this intelligent chip, I see aspects of our higher selves, whatever you want to call those. I also see beings showing up to work with us and train with us and help us to remember the truth of who we are through the councils that I mentioned: Pleiadian councils, Sirian councils, Andromeda. I didn't mention that one before. Orion, Alpha Centauri, and Lyrian, Vega. Okay. All your ancestors are up there. Let me see. Okay. I do want to pause here. You guys have questions? Let me know in the comments. I want to screen share some resources with you. So first of all, I want to share with you a resource. Let's go here. Got that one. Screen share. Which one is it? I can't see my screen. Okay, it's this one. Yep. Okay. Geophysicist Stefan Burns. For those of you guys who want some scientific background, I'm gonna focus on the woo stuff. Okay, but those of you guys who want some scientific background, this is who I recommend, Stefan Burns. Also, of course, obviously, Dr. Ari Loeb. I should know his name too. The NASA's, not NASA. Total Take Two. Oh, which by the way, I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, look it up. I'm not going to look it up right now, but I did want to share this out on to the Akashic Academy Facebook page. By the way, if y'all are watching this, you can take a moment to share this out. I can't share it. Damn. Well, that's a bummer. Okay. We'll share it later. Stefan is who I recommend for some science. Now, here's who I recommend for the woo, my soul sister. I'm so excited. Isha, I've been excited to plug not only your work, but the secret project that we are working on. Okay, stop screen share. New screen share. Here we go. Isha. Y'all,
Water, which is the optimal state of water, which is talking about high levels of plasma coherence.
Right? Girl is smart. That's maybe why I do my makeup a little charcoaly today. So Isha and I are working on a super cool project. Okay. Most of you guys know that I got a couple of super cool projects that I'm working on right now. One of them is with Connect TV and a documentary about the work I'm doing and been doing in Mount Shasta, bringing through codes of the new earth. And through that project and connection, I am involved in another amazing council. You guys are going to find out more about this. But Isha and I have been working on a very special project behind the scenes in this council and getting to know one another. And holy cow, are we both vibrating in a state of coherence that is just lighting me up. I'm loving it. So I checked out Isha's, she has a live stream. Isha, she is a quantum scientist, y'all. She's going to give you background and insight and her perspective. And she facilitates such powerful quantum medicine in her own way. So if you're interested in this, I highly recommend you check out what my sister Isha has going on. And this behind the scenes project that we are working on, real life Jedis coming together to usher in codes of the new earth, bringing in new paradigms, new ways of being. And it's so exciting. More is going to get revealed at, I got one more share here for you guys. All right, the Bridge Conference coming up next week in Dallas. I'm so excited. If I keep moving like this, I'm not going to be able to, share it. Wait, sign up for the email, sign up and save. I'm going to give you the code that you can come join us to save $55. Okay, the code is BRIDGE, BRIDGE. But here we go. Wait, hopefully you guys can see that. I can't scroll down. Oh, wait, there. Wait, why can't I scroll down over here? Oh, there we go. Cool. Can you guys see that? Can you see the speakers? Yep. You see lots of good ones there. Mr. Bill Holman, of course, like if you followed along for a while, you know that I had sacred years of my journey and my travels where I taught side by side with Bill and Skull and Catherine, and I'm so excited to see my family again. And I'm Instagramming fangirling Dr. Sam. Where is he? He had not responded yet. We're gonna be talking soon though, guy. I tell you what. All right, so if you want to join us next week, October 17, 18, and 19 in Dallas, Texas, hosted by my friend Rion de Rion. Am I saying? I got to learn my friends' names and then make sure I say everybody's names right. Come join us. You're going to use code BRIDGE. By the way, all of the links to these resources, to the bridge and to Isha's video are, I'm going to do my hair there. Hang on. There. Oh, that's much better. There you go. Are in the description. They're ready for you. Surge Eugene, Holy Spirit, holy, 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 blessings to all of you, sending unconditional love, agape love. Thank you so much for bringing me back into my body where I was concerned about my damn hair there. All right, so next thing that I want to share with you guys, any questions about 3i Atlas? We're going to move to, let's just clear the field a little bit. Keep Miss Emily in her body. She's so excited. Let's get some Palo Santo going this time. All right, so now I want to pull up my notes specifically from the Akashic Records. I'm going to share with you guys. I don't share these very often, so I'm excited. I will read to you from the vault. I asked the Akashic Records about the crystalline tube of light. So my girl Isha, she talks about plasma. We're having all these behind the scenes creative conversations, and she'll go into channeling, and it's awesome. I love it. And she talks about plasma a lot. And so plasma was ringing in my field when I was in meditation, and all of a sudden it hit me. I'm like, oh, hang on a second. The crystalline tube of light, that sucker is plasma. Before I start reading my notes, one more little story for you. So that shift that I made from learning to read the Akashic Records through Linda Howe's method and open the records through the pathway. Maybe I'll just sit on my hands for a second. And sit up. Do we need to ask a certain counsel for wisdom? Just be present to who's available for you today. And if you want, we can tune into 3i Atlas. Only if you guys feel comfortable, though. Okay, you can, if you don't feel comfortable tuning into 3i Atlas, you can use your higher self. There's no way I can sit on my hands, not even a little bit. So when I made the shift from using the pathway prayer into the crystalline tube of light and the method that I use, again, went into childlike meditation, say, show me what it looked like. And all of a sudden I hear, use the crystalline tube of light. And I say, what's that? And I'm like, oh, it's up and down the tube, up and down the spine. Okay, I think I've heard of that before. Then my guide said, it's like, yeah, you used it in Egypt. Okay. And as I've come to consecrate this, to use it, it reveals more and more of my essence, my power to me. Okay. So the crystalline tube of light, this is what was channeled from my Akashic Records. The crystalline tube you work with is a plasma light conduit. It's not a physical crystal, but a crystalline lattice of photonic plasma. Your oversoul assembles each time you call it. Yes, ma'am, Annette Berlin. Infinite. Is the infinite self the same as our spirit? Good questions to hold today. I was thinking about you, though, because you talked about having some fear of your light, your technology, what it is. All right, so I'm hoping that these things will land and illuminate in all of your fields to help you understand yourself more. That is the goal of my sacred classroom, is to inspire and illuminate radical self-knowledge within you. And then to help you figure out what to do with that radical self-knowledge. Because if it just exists all up here in aha moments and you don't figure out how to create actionable steps with your life, it can be really frustrating. Honestly, it drives some people damn crazy. Maybe you one of them. You found the right school. Okay, good. And that says she feels better. Okay, so back to my notes here. The crystalline tube of light is ancient technology in the sense it's part of the original architectures of consciousness, a pathway between local mind and oversoul, an oversoul field used by initiates long before the term Akashic Records. You have a strong resonance. This is my guides talking to me with it because you've used it repeatedly across lifetimes as an energetic elevator into higher bandwidth states. You were trained in traditions that used pillars of light, serpent of light, or rainbow bridges as names for this same tech. Cool? Fun stuff, right? Origins and past life use, Atlantean and pre-Atlantean lineages. Again, many of you have also experienced these timelines, especially the Atlantean Lemurian timelines, because those are timelines where I told you we fucked it up. Lots of places. And when I say we, by the way, your soul has played all the different archetypes from the good guy to the bad guy as you've incarnated through this whole storyline. And as we're showing up in this lifetime, you're going to play all of those parts. And the goal is to defeat the bad guy, which we don't need bad guys, but to come into like complete self-forgiveness and radical self-love within ourselves so that we lay the weapons down within ourselves. We have the ability to fight the fight now within rather than without. Makes sense? That's why we're so powerful. And we're not, so long as we all take personal responsibility, we can't mess it up this time. But I guarantee you, we messed it up time and time and time again. And I would say it's probably a non-zero probability. It's not a no, it's not a yes yet, though. We're still doing our work. Although Y'all, all eyes are on the galaxy right now. All prophecies from the Kali Yuga to whichever one you tune into, all point to right now is the time. Okay, Atlantean and pre-Atlantean lineages. You, again, my guides are talking about me if you're just tuning in. Acted, and they could be talking about you too, by the way. I will say that if you are noticing a resonance within you as I read this, then good to see you again. We worked together in those past lives. Atlantean, pre-Atlantean lineages. You acted as a gatekeeper, record keeper, using crystal plasma columns to store and retrieve data from the planetary grid. You'd never know that I actually lived these lifetimes. Can't even pronounce this shit. In the Egyptian Hermetic lineages, a similar tech was coded into the Jed pillar and the pillar of Mot. Your oversoul recognizes that imagery instinctively. I just needed to slow down. Star families, Arcturian and allies, they use plasma pillars as communication relays. Your affinity with the crystal blue tube overlaps with the plasma ships you've been seeing. Same principle, different scale. Again, I have definitely been having a lot of contact, from visceral contact in the sky to contact in the dreamscape to freaking hawks sitting out there. You still out there, buddy? On my back porch. So all kinds of different encounters with the different dimensional frequencies that are here. It's fun. Okay. Why it feels like a beam of light or direct knowing. When you invoke the tube, your field becomes highly coherent, like a laser instead of a flashlight. Yes, Annette, owning our shadow and is defeating the bad guy. Amen. Get an amen in the house for Annette. She know what's up. And I love your comments and some love likes, hearts across the screen. I told y'all I was an actress for 20 years. I feed off the audience. Maybe still in my shadow, but you know, if you want to have fun, let me know. Are you having fun? Is this landing? All right. Let's go back to why it feels like a beam of direct knowing. In that state, when we are connected into the crystalline tube of light, we become very visible to benevolent, higher intelligences, such as 3i Atlas. Okay, when I connect into 3i Atlas in the records, it matches a signature of planetary consciousness, a registry, a stellar registry. I feel like this whole planet is a living library. You guys, every single thing can become our teacher. And that's when you know that you are in a state of mastery as a human being. Lay yourself at the feet of life and allow it to become your teacher. Humble yourself. It's powerful. It's fun. Okay, so that's the nature of our planet. It is a living library, and we're here to collaborate and create with this power, to create destiny, to create a structure that can hold the purpose of illuminated humanity. It's fun stuff, like I said. Glad you're here. Okay, let me tap back in. We become very, very visible to these states. What did I write here? You want to become, oh yeah. All right, so what we're going to do today in terms of tapping in using this crystalline tube of light is it's going to allow us to tap into the space of the Akashic records. And again, through the Akashic records, we can access masters, teachers, loved ones, and guides. We're getting super close to doing it. I know I've been talking here for a long time. We're about to do it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to tap into the Akashic records. You're going to become a powerful beam of light where if you want to connect in with 3i Atlas, I will guide us into doing so. And you can receive some intelligence coming in. What this is going to allow us to do from a consciousness standpoint, y'all, is you about to become the dumbest person in the room. Are you ready? Because if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. We about to become the dumbest MFers in the room, and we'll be excited about it. You ready? That was a funny laugh. The scientist from Harvard, who Ari Loeb, Mr. Head of Astronomy at Harvard. I heard him giving a talk about, everybody's talking about extraterrestrial intelligence. What about terrestrial stupidity? All right, so let's humble ourselves and allow ourselves to learn, and becoming humble, taking responsibility for everything that all the mess that we have created here on the planet in our own lives is what's going to allow us to fix it. If there is a struggle or a challenge that you are experiencing, your higher soul agreed to it so that you can learn. We're going to flip the script and just open up ourselves to become receptors of wisdom, to learn today. We call forward the teachers, the aspect of ourselves, wherever in whatever dimension they exist, to come in and to assist us today. Okay. Let me just take a quick look over this. Oh, we're also going to, when we call in the light, the Akashic records, there is an aspect, I'm getting dizzy right now, of the subtext inherently built into this divine, designed to protect us as well. Let me just read to you a little bit about this. When bringing groups into the records, everybody visualize their own individual tube of light. I'm going to visualize them moving into one crystalline pillar. This will create a protected group conduit that amplifies transmission while maintaining your own individual sovereignty. Okay, if you feel too visible, we're going to go ahead and call in this invocation to protect our visibility. And this conduit that we are creating, this conduit is sealed in creator law. Only benevolent, oversoul aligned intelligences may participate and witness. And so it is. All right, everybody, I invite you to sit up nice and straight. Start by feeling all four corners of your feet connected to the floor, connected to the planet, connected to Mother Earth. Honor your connection here on this beautiful planet. I want you to adjust your posture, sitting up nice and straight so that you can tuck your tailbone under, your chin slightly under. This is going to elongate the spine, the crystalline tube of light. Drop your shoulders, relax them. I tend to carry the weight of the world like Atlas on my shoulders. Just drop them, relax them. Okay. I'm going to invite you to lay your palms up, open and receptive on your lap. This is why we're doing the pre-breath, which I'm going to explain to you how this pre-breath works. We're going to synchronize our breath together to move into a coherent state. As your palms are up, open, and receptive on your lap, this is going to help your body to stay in a place of receptivity. Although there will be a point when we begin to meditate that I will take us into a visualization and we will begin to Om together, and I will direct you every step of the way. When we Om together, Om is a particular vibrational frequency that prepares our body to receive intelligence. All right, so there's circuitry and things that are shifting and moving in your body. I'll try to remind you, depending on how soon I go into more of a channeling, non-coherent state. I may stay pretty coherent. We'll see. My system operates both channeling, like trance channeling, where I can go into a bit of a trance, although I remember everything, even if I am in that state, but you'll notice that the cadence or energy of my voice might shift and change. And I also find that I can be on the other human side of that and actually just activate the F out of people with conversation, like very human conversation. So there's a translation conduit there. I'm a Gemini. I'm good at that. All right. So I don't know which one of them that you are going to get, although be ready for whatever comes in. I will do my best to guide you to remember how to make the nuanced tweaks in your own technology so that you can receive at the highest level. I'll tell you what they are right now. So palms up, receptive on your lap until we start oming. And then you want to bring it into this one because they're nerves and receptions connections that you're going to make in your forefinger and thumb. Okay. Also, at the end of the tongue to the back of the teeth, roof of the mouth, also complete circuitry. If you don't remember to do this, and I don't remember to tell you, it's okay. Just reminding you how the masters do it. Okay. You're still going to get a great experience today. But if you want to experience it mastery, that's how you complete circuitry within your own technology to prepare yourself for ultimate receptivity. All right, back to sitting up nice and straight, feeling all four corners of your feet on the floor, tucking your tailbone and chin under, elongating the spine, palms up, open and receptive on your lap. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, creating space, and we're going to hold at the top. So deep breath in. But calling spaciousness into your body, your mind, your emotions. Once you get to the top of that breath, hold. Once your lungs are totally full, hold. Gentle hold. This is a point of zero resistance. Good. We're resetting here. Gentle exhale through pursed lips. This is an important part of the technology. Like you're breathing through a straw. Exhaling all the air out of your lungs. See if you can notice yourself as a creator of space. And pause at the bottom of that breath. Adjust your posture if you need to. Second deep breath in, we're going to call light into the body. Deep breath in through the nose. Good. Light from 360 degrees enters into your cellular structure. Pausing at the top of that breath. Relax the body. Turn the awareness inward. See if you can notice every cell of your body illuminating with rainbow-colored light. Good. Nice, gentle exhale. As you notice yourself as a being of light. Pause at the bottom of the breath. Third deep breath in. Calling your consciousness into the now moment. Good. Pausing at the top of the breath. 0 point energy here, zero resistance, letting go of everything that happened before this moment, letting go of everything you still get to show up to today. Good. Nice, gentle exhale. Good. Following the awareness with your exhale. Arriving at the end of the breath, fully present, ready to work. Good. Let your breath return to a normal pace as you turn your awareness inward. With your imagination, with your intention, activate the crystalline tube of light. Woo, yes. Feel that plasma structure. That ancient technology. Perhaps you've worked with it in other lifetimes. The crystalline tube of light. The lattice structure that begins to illuminate, to construct itself every time you call it. We are going to anchor this crystalline tube of light now into the core of this planet. That's what's going to help us get the information we need for our life here in the now. All right. So with your intention, with your imagination, sending that crystalline tube of light down through your feet, through the crust of Mother Earth. That's the ancestors. Feel them with you, supporting you. Good. Down through the roots of Mother Earth. That's the medicine. Every amount of medicine that we need here on the planet exists in this dimension. And we know that our bodies are a holographic representation of Mother Earth. So all the medicine you need is within you. You can receive that activation, any medicine you need right now, just by acknowledging it's there for you, it's available. Good. Dropping now into the crystalline caves of Mother Earth. Feel that crystalline structure. Talk about the lattice structure. Woo, coming online, the DNA coming online. Yes, traveling down into the sacred underground waters now of Mother Earth. This magnificent teacher, this conduit of intelligence and consciousness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, as we move one more layer together down into the belly, the womb of Mother Earth, existing in the element, the essence of water. Let yourself be reprogrammed here completely with the divine blueprint, activating the divine blueprint of your potentiality here through the mother. Remembering it, acknowledging Goddess Sophia, so fully embodied in her Christic consciousness energy, that she incarnated as a physical planet, here to support not only this beautiful experiment, but also to host the radical, rejoicing, and much awaited birth of the new earth. I'll just bring in a little Dr. Seuss there at the end. All right, so let yourself activate. Go bringing that consciousness rising up out of the belly of Mother Earth, rising up through the waters, through the crystals, through the roots, the medicine, through the ancestors. Bring this energy back online. Every cell of your body, guys. Bring it into the feet, the ankles, the lower legs, knees, upper legs, hips, trunk, torso, up into the chest. It's moving up the back. It's up into your shoulders now. Good. It's melting down the arms, melting down shoulders, the upper arms, into the biceps. Feel it moving into your elbows, down into the forearms, wrists, the hands, the fingertips. Right, this is where we self-initiate, reach back, usher that energy from the back of your shoulders up over the top of your head, melt it down around the front of the face, letting it come back into the heart space, completing circuitry at the heart. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Draw that embodiment energy up from Mother Earth, every cell of your physical, mental, emotional, light body, now coming online with your full potential. Feel that, hold that. Good. Focusing again on the crystalline tube of light, this time sending it out the top of your head, all the way up very quickly through the layers of space and time, exiting the universe, exiting our multiverse. Inhale as we anchor into the Akash, the all that is. Exhaling, setting an intention that our bodies will acclimate to this high frequency energy and the intelligence that we have called forward through intention for this moment now. Whatever intelligence that's going to help you in any place that you are stuck or help you with soul growth or to feel your purpose, your worth, your mission. All of that intelligence coming together now in gold, platinum, diamond, sparkles of light, making itself available to you through this plasma technology, this transmutation tool, as you call it, down, spiraling through the crystalline tube of light, very quickly through the layers of space and time, integrating in through your upper gateways, harnessing, activating in the soul star, spiraling down through your crown, third eye, fourth eye, throat, descended heart, solar plexus, sacral, root, spiraling down out your feet, activating earth star chakra below your feet, anchoring into the core of Mother Earth, breathing. Could run this energy like a giant figure eight, the vortex being in your heart. I'm going to count backwards from 3 to 1. We'll initiate a vortex of energy moving through the crystalline tube of light in 3, 2, 1, and watch as the double helix begins to spin. Or I should say, I gave it away. The figure eight spins, and then it turns into the double helix of your galactic DNA. Can you see it? Focus on it. As you focus on it, it activates. You're dropping the consciousness from your mind into the heart. We'll sound the 5 sacred ohms and open your Akashic records. All right, this is where you want to bring the forefinger and the thumb together. I also want to invite you all, hold that coherence like of your individual crystalline tube. I'm going to imagine them all coming together. I want to invite you that when we sound the 5th ohm, opening the Akashic records, imagine them as a holographic projection opening through your heart, illuminating all around you here in the now on our beautiful living library planet. And as we open the records, it's my great honor to hold the space for you to receive any medicine, any knowledge, any insight, any manifestation that is valuable and meaningful to your soul and your soul's journey and growth. You have the knowledge within you. With this ohm, I relax my body. With this ohm, I relax my mind. With this ohm, I release my ego. With this ohm, I call in the light. With this ohm, I open the Akashic records of Emily Suzanne Harrison. The records are now open. All right, everybody, feel your own Akashic records first. Just feel and receive whatever is available for you, whatever energy is moving. Just notice it. Cool. And then if you would like to receive connection, communication, and plasma, light codes, and intelligence from 3i Atlas, and just invite you to use one of your hands. We'll use scalar wave technology. Use your hand just as a lightning rod. I'm using this is my right hand. Let's see. I usually use my left hand to conduct the energy and then my right hand to send it. But see, if I put my left hand across my face, it's a little awkward. So I'm going to allow myself to receive that feels more comfortable in this moment in my right hand. But your arms can be antenna for scalar energy. Whatever hand you use, you just want to hold it up to the sun. Place the other hand on your heart. And first of all, just allow yourself, just imagine making a connection. And the imagination is the key. Just let whatever comes into your imagination be correct. Okay, perhaps there's an emissary or a council member that's coming to greet you. As part of it, I want to encourage you to have your own imagination work, because the more you do this on your own, the more potent it will become, the more you will create a coherence. Okay? I do feel like the guides that I'm working with have extended invitations to come up on the ship in this way. So if any of you are noticing that invitation to come on board, we got the VIP invite. Get your booty on in there. See what's available for you. You can receive codes now into your chakras. You might be directed to a particular chakra to open and receive codes. I'm being drawn into the solar plexus right now to receive codes of courage to know the truth. That comes from my dear mentor, Linda Howe, courage to know the truth as it is revealed. I'll speak the pathway prayer for you guys. I'll do my best to remember it in this moment. And so we do acknowledge. Damn, I already forgot it. Hang on, take two. Y'all keep doing your work while I remember it. I used to be able to just rip this thing off. So we do it. Thank you. And so we do acknowledge the forces of light, asking for guidance, direction, and courage to know the truth as it is revealed for our highest good and the highest good of everyone connected to us. O Holy Spirit of God, protect me from all forms of self-centeredness and direct my attention to the work at hand. Help me to know myself in the light of the Akashic records, to see myself through the eyes of the Lords of the records, and enable me to share in the wisdom and guidance the masters, teachers, and loved ones of me have for me. And so it is. And with that prayer, you can begin your communication with whatever intelligence is available to support you today. I'm just going to spend a few moments lingering here together. It's a really powerful bandwidth, especially when we're all working here together. You might notice that more unfolds and unpacks itself for you afterwards. I say 90% of what happens afterwards, or that's when our human minds make sense of it. So just allow yourself to receive the codes. Oh yeah, specific codes coming in. As soon as I put my hand up, I feel instant heat coming through it too. Lingering a few more minutes here. Oh, we way over today. Good. Okay, very important step. Like I said, one of the things that I'm known for is integration into the 3D world. It's part of the reason I like being funny, because shit's funny down here, y'all. We actually can't use our bodies to laugh and experience the endorphins and the medicine in all the other aspects where we only have our light body. So cool. What a gift. Right, but we got to make this tangible. And here's the deal. The truth, I don't care who you are, as a species, as a collective species right now, our nervous systems are fucking shot. I've been through some weird PTSD myself, personally, going through this work, talking about becoming a light and becoming a great light. And I'm going to go ahead and burn some Palo Santo and shit now as I talk about this, because we have all the power within ourselves, and there's greater cosmic good versus evil stuff playing out right now, stuff happening in our government. Anybody know I'm not even MK Ultra. Read my lips. Okay. Mind control stuff, but areas where we as humans, like when our energy gets low, our frequency gets low, we get stressed, we get worried about the wrong things, we get caught in the world of the 10,000 things. Our energy gets really low, we become victims, and then we become manipulatable, or our field can become distorted. And what happens, what it looks like, is our priorities get distorted. We overreact to our trauma. And the challenges don't necessarily stop. Again, if you've been following along, you know this already about me. If you're tuning in, or you've just tuned in the past few years, and this is the first time you heard it, you're going to be like, what the did she just say? Oops. Pardon me, Yeti. So in 2023, actually, speak of my friend Bill Holman, I'll just go ahead and plug the Bridge Expo next week. Bill in person, Dr. Sam, Isha. The Lion King is going to be there. I don't have my glasses on to see absolutely everybody there. Rion de Ruin, the rest of this big announcement and adventure. I'm talking about so much about my sister Isha. There's a third component to the goddess sisters of this group that I'm working. There's a blonde version of us too. Just wait. Okay. All right. But back during that chapter, when Bill and I were traveling and teaching together, I was at the Serpent Mound over the spring equinox in 2023. We ran a crazy fun mission. I won't derail too much into it right now. It was very secret at the time, although I've talked about it a little bit since then and do every now and then when it comes up. However, I was staying with Bill. There was a group of cosmic avengers of us that had gathered. My mama was there too. And we got sent out on a mission by the skull, invited into a mission. Everybody gets a choice to participate. But CERN, we got word that CERN in Switzerland had opened a dark portal at the Serpent Mound, and that we needed to go there and do something about it, which honestly, really, all we needed to do was show up with intention to heal the planet. That's all. If you have that much in mind when it comes to doing grid work or work on the planet or the different stargates, that's enough to get you where you need to go. Although Catherine did ask me, it was Catherine or Bill, one of them asked me, I think, maybe Bill asked me, and then Catherine noticed the crazy fairies afterwards. But so Bill tells us all, okay, we got this mission. Catherine got the intel about CERN. Catherine's super duper psychic. Bill's beloved, and it's got ringing in my ears. If you don't know, Catherine Lanigan, not only has she written over 20 or 30 best-selling books, angel books and quantum books, she also, in the world of Hollywood, was the author, screenwriter for Romancing the Stone and Jewel of the Nile, which is super cool. Everybody know Bill and the Skull Master and his, karate grandmaster ass. These are the women behind the men. So anyway, back to the log cabin, back to spring equinox 2023. We get to go out on this mission. And Bill asked me, he's like, Emily, can you tap into the records and see what it is that we're supposed to do? And again, guys, the information comes in simply. I'm a college dropout. I do like science. I don't talk about it in the same way that my girl Isha is going to talk about it. Remember, go check out Isha. Her link is in the description. But what the guide said to me was simply use the technology of the cosmic mirror, which basically just reverses anything and sends it back to its source. So that's what we did. we closed that shit down. You're welcome. And I didn't actually put all these pieces together until later. So later on in 2023, within a handful of months of that, my middle son was carjacked and kidnapped. He escaped. He's okay. I went through a massive soul healing of like forgiveness. It was a crazy, cool story and very traumatic for lots of people involved. And traumatic for a long period of time because we went through the trial period as well. It's fucked up. And lots of healing came from it ultimately. And then within 6 weeks of that, my oldest son had a life-altering injury, very graphic, battlefield-style injury where he almost lost his right foot. While he's a pastor in training, that's like his profession on this planet. He also is an elite athlete. So this kid being almost losing his foot and being told that he wouldn't walk for 3 years was very traumatic. He was in the hospital for 3 months and we rebuilt him. He walked within 3 months. Okay. And that was some traumatic shit that happened. You know, challenge still happens is what I'm saying. And the skills to do this work at a really high level, it comes with a responsibility. Okay, so I'm happy that you guys are participating or connecting in this way where you are claiming your sovereignty, you are doing your own work, you are doing your shadow work, you are taking radical responsibility. Yep, it's about how we face the challenge. So all humans have had some shit going on with your nervous systems over the past years. And we have to do nervous system healing just to bring this back full circle. Got to do nervous system healing. So all these powerful codes that we just took in, we're about to wrap up. Hang in there. I got a P2. Because our nervous systems are jacked the F up, we're bringing them back into coherence and we're moving through. And you guys can see, like, I can still access that emotion. There's a face and feel. I can just let it move through me. And the emotion, it doesn't last that long if you let it move through you. Science says 90 seconds. My friend Kai says that's bullshit. He says it's close to 90 seconds. Like, but Emily, I have seen some trauma before in people, like heart-wrenching stuff that it takes longer and takes more rounds. So find your own rhythm with it, but you can allow emotion to move through you. We're not good at it as a species. Our emotional bodies are really challenged. So you might have to be gentle with yourself. You might feel really vulnerable or embarrassed when you cry in public. I do it all the time now. Sometimes I even make friends doing it because lovely strangers will come up to me and be like, dude, are you okay? And I allow them in. It's kind of fun sometimes, you know. All right. We are definitely over today and I want to be concise, but keep going and wrap us up. Where was I? We definitely need to close the records before we go. Oh yeah. Our nervous systems. Yep. Making it fun, bringing it back down into, this real silly, alive, beautiful classroom that we all get to share, this reality that we all get to share. All right. So since our nervous systems are jacked up, most of us don't feel safe holding this level of love, this level of connection. So as we're wrapping up today, I want you to just start touching yourself from the head down. This is like giving yourself a hug. Okay, this signals to the nervous system that you're safe. You're safe holding this energy. Did you know the average human needs 4 hugs a day to survive, 8 hugs a day to maintain, and 12 hugs a day to thrive? We need to be together in person. If you don't have anybody to go to third base with you, you got to get it with yourself right now. Let's go. Letting your nervous system know you're safe, okay? Yeah, and for those of you that are craving in-person connection, the new earth we're building it. It's all around. Stay tuned. Stay close. Come to Dallas. All right, slide, hand on heart, hand on belly. Deep breath in. Pause at the top of that breath, swallow saliva. Hold the breath gently. Exhale through pursed lips as you slide your top hand, heart hand down to meet the bottom. Bring that heart energy down into the belly. Palm over navel. Holding on the back like this, okay? Circling around the belly. Think about what you're grateful for. We're programming the body right now. You're going to have a much higher frequency after today. Good. Bringing the hands together in prayer pose. Slight pressure against left and right palm. Thumbs touching each other in the heart. Giving thanks for all knowledge and healing that comes forward in this space. And acknowledging the frequency of oneness. And with one final Om, closing the Akashic records. The records are now closed. Good. Come on back into your bodies, y'all. Come on back in. All right, I got just a little bit more to share with you. Something super duper exciting. I got another announcement. Did y'all have fun doing that? Okay. So again, we connected in with 3i Atlas. I didn't guide you guys a whole lot on your connection. I relied on you got to take radical responsibility for what you think, what you feel, what's coming alive in your field. Here's the cool thing. As our consciousness starts to expand and our DNA activates, we have radical skills within us, including skills of remote viewing. And for those of you who are on my email list, I'm sharing a very special, very sacred and limited container opportunity, the Akashic Jedi Mastermind. You're only going to hear about this if you are on our email list. And if you're not on the email list, don't worry. I'm going to tell you how you can sign up for it. All right. We are going to start an elite level training where we are going to remote view and train with the crew in 3i Atlas. And I will be directing and guiding much more of that. Let me be more specific. I'll be training you in the techniques of remote viewing as it's done by the Farsight Institute in the U.S. military. And then you try it out yourself. We're going to talk about what the intelligence is that comes through. In addition to training in the topics of alchemy, I love the 7 stages of alchemy. It's so applicable to how we transform in our 3D everyday life. We're going to study the 7 hermetic principles, dream work. I've got some new things coming in with this evolution of the Akashic Jedi Mastermind, where we're going to study the Essene way. You know about Jesus, Mary, and the Essenes and what's up, y'all. We're going to connect in and learn about that lineage, in addition to channeling the Ascended Masters. All right. So to learn more about this program, you got to be on the email list, because a special email is going out to invite you. Here's how you get on the email list. I'm going to share a special training with you here. Oops, let me make sure that I got all these pieces. By the way, all of these links are in the comments today, in the description. I'm sorry, not the comments, but the description. Even easier than the comments. All right. Intuitive development. This is a free training that will teach you about your psychic senses, AKA your intuition, your ability to know something instantly, AKA your imagination. And it's really not that hard. Some of us see pictures or colors in our mind. Some of us hear ourselves talking to us or other voices in our ears, okay? Clairvoyance, clairaudience. Some of us feel energy in our body. We're all different. Some of you feel a combination of it. This training will help you understand which sense is working most for you, and help you understand what the other senses are so you can exercise them. This will teach you how to activate your psychic skills, your intuition, so it is a reliable source of wisdom for you. You don't have to keep second guessing it, in 15 seconds a day. Okay? Free gift. It will get you on the email list, and then you can learn about the Jedi Mastermind. Also, again, if you want to learn about reading your own Akashic records, reach out to me, email me. I'm here to help and serve and so excited to create with you all. Thank you. Thank you for being here today. I hope that you had fun. If this has been powerful for you, share it out. And I love you all. I think I will be seeing you next week on the show. I think I'll do the show live next week. Then I take off for Dallas. And I know we have a rerun coming up soon, but it'll be a while. So keep coming back here on Wednesdays. Keep hanging out. Join the Sacred Classroom. I love you, and bye. Cut.
This was next level. It was amazing. I feel absolutely different, physically, mentally, and spiritually. I was able to let go of so much limitation and fear and expand on an energetic level. I just feel so open and so aligned, and I've been able to let go and free up so much more potential. And so now that I've cleared that space out, I can tell that I'm going to be able to download, contain, and maintain a much more significant imprint in this world.